Hey there, fans of brotherly love wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, brotherly love wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling. And on our show today, we have a returning guest. Not just any returning guest. He is, for 428 days, the reigning, defending Black Wrestlers Matter champion. The Silver Smoker! The Frontman Jah-C. Jah, welcome back to the show.
Boys, how the hell are we?
We're good. It's a nice Sunday night recording session with the man, the myth, the legend, Jah-C.
You know, they say that on the seventh day he rested, and today I'm making an exception for you all because not only am I a god, but I'm willing to work with you fine gentlemen to promote the upcoming show, Black Wrestlers Matter Blackout. JDX gets the opportunity of a lifetime to go one-on-one with a superstar. Boys, he's going to lose. Let's go. Let's go.
What's the running tally on your record against Justin?
Oh, Justin, you know what? I have built a habit of bitch smacking that nerd from pillar to post and coast to coast so many times over the past 6 years of my career, 5 years of his career, that I've kind of lost count. It's got to be, and I'll give him this. He's managed to eke out a win one time before down there at WrestleMax. But listen, man, the only thing that people remember are the real wins. And when we have really fought, only I have really won. So, you know, I'm undefeated. And I got the championship to prove it.
I mean, yeah, that's why this match is the rematch. Like you said, you beat him the first time for at least this title. And I got to say, the dynamic of you guys, for those who didn't see, you and Justin were tag team partners on AEW Dark Elevation against Private Party this past week. And what was it like trying to coexist and get together?
Better question. What was AEW thinking?
What were AEW thinking? Listen, I'm a businessman, first and foremost. So if TK comes up to me in catering and he says, hey, Frontman, we've heard a whole lot of great things about you, but tonight we got the opportunity of a lifetime that we want to offer to one young JDX, and I need you to go out there in front of your hometown and tuck Private Party and that young JDX under your wing and show them what it's like to rock under the bright lights. I'm a businessman. I will do that if they come to me with that request, which they did. It was an opportunity. I'm proud to do so, but nevertheless, man, things didn't go the way that I foreseen them going against Private Party, and I put that a lot on JDX. I will admit I slipped on the banana peel, man, but that's because I'm used to working alone, man. You put me out there solo dolo, and we get what we need done.
And just expand on that a little bit, because this, like you said, was your hometown. This is a big deal for you, for being in that arena. Like you said on social media, being in that arena when you were young, and then being able full circle come back and be in AEW against one of the top tag teams. Forget just in AEW, in all of wrestling. What was that like for you to step in the ring with them?
Dude, Private Party are very talented. That statement is hard. They've got some tough competition to lay claim to being one of the best, or rather the best. I can certainly say that they're the most popular and the luckiest on my hometown, but it's special. Like, I've told this story so many times that I'm kind of blue in the face, blue like the Panther behind me. When I was a kid, my mom used to take us to the Target Center, sometimes XL, but mostly the Target Center. And without fail, section 202, 206, or 236, right at the tippy top, we would sit there with our programs and popcorn, and we would watch Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Chris Jericho. You know?
I mean, you could say the name, and you're not going to get booed.
Well,
it's a recording.
Yeah, in 2002, I was very excited to see him.
Yes.
2002, it was great. And to be standing there in the middle of that arena, looking up at that same section was like, it really was taken back. I was really taken aback. And it's one of those things that, like, as I do more of these interviews and I talk about it more, like, I want it to be more, concise when talking about it, but I relive it, dude, because I remember being that 8-year-old kid that was watching me do the exact same thing that I was watching. It's
not only that, but if there's a young person sitting in those seats again, I mean, it just shows you that, look, one day I could be down there too. I mean, it gives you that reaffirmation that, look, I did it. I traveled this path. I got here. That same person could still do the same thing. I mean, if it's a dream, you got to go for it.
Got to, man. Got
So
to.
I wanted to shy away real quick because you threw out a cryptic tweet not too long ago where it was just a picture of the property, a WWE t-shirt, and then you went dark, and then you came back. I wanted to know what was that all about? Was that just a throwing it into the ether?
We can't believe everything that we see on Twitter, guys.
Very true.
Sometimes I want to believe it, though. If it's something I truly want to believe, I'm going to believe it.
Yeah, I can tell you that this year is going to be very fun.
But when are you not having fun? Every time
that's a very good point. I'm usually not having fun when JDX messes up my opportunity of a lifetime at beating Private Park. That's usually when I'm not having fun.
But for the most part, you always seem like you're having fun.
Dude, if you got to be the front man, it's hard to not be. It's hard to not, man. I got a gift. Well, hey, I try not to gloat about it.
Really? We haven't noticed that.
I feel you're one of the most humble in all of the industry.
Oh, yeah, dude. Top of the list, man. My catchphrase is Jack's good looking and most certainly touched by the hand of God. If that don't smell out humility, I don't know what does.
You know what?
I mean,
it's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Humble Pie is what his nickname is in the locker room, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So coming up, like you said, September 2nd, Black Wrestlers Matter, Chicago.
It's
Blackout.
a huge weekend for wrestling.
It is a big weekend for wrestling. And that's the biggest thing is there are a lot of eyes going to be on Chicago that weekend, a lot of people in that city, and maybe people that have never been to a Black Wrestlers Matter event, never seen you for that matter. What is it?
It's getting harder for that, though. It's getting harder to have not seen you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But with Black Wrestlers Matter,
humility comes back into play.
It is. The event already has built and built and built. Every event that you guys have had and put on has gotten bigger, and more eyes have gotten on it. Just talk about how it has come from an inception to now already so young, but yet it's really, really gaining a lot of traction.
Yeah, man. Well, when you look back on Black Wrestlers Matter, the entire movement, when it was in its infancy, back right in the belly of the pandemic, it was used as a vehicle to highlight a lot of unseen and unheard of Black talent. And dude, ever since then, and I don't know if it was necessarily Black Wrestlers Matter, or maybe it was that in conjunction with a further culture that was taken off as well. You've seen so many young African American and Black talents come up the pike, and it's awesome to be a part of that, because we get right now more of an opportunity than I think we've ever had to tell our story through the means of professional wrestling. And I'm honored to be a part of that, and kind of excited to see where it goes. It's dope, dude. It's dope.
You know what's it's interesting is that everyone's story is different, and the way people tell their story is different. You have, and I'm gonna throw definitely a big mark out moment for you, but you have definitely one of the most unique ways of telling stories with promo packages and video packages that you put out. It is like top tier, and I will honestly say, don't know how you're not on TV more. Just if they were to just play promo packages of yours on TV, it's an instant, like, what is going on? I have to see more. And you have that. It's amazing, and it's intriguing at the same time.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. The plan is to just keep it going where we're at. Love the moment. There, if you've read Chris Jericho's book, the number one, the four is no letter word. The number one thing that I took away from it was wherever you're at, that's the place to be. So while it's awesome, and I'm flattered to hear like the desire to see Frontman on TV, and it'll happen one day when it's time to happen. But I think the most important thing is to enjoy where we're at right now, and watch what happens with the right now. Because like you look at a guy like Eddie Kingston, he was on the Indies for 18 years. I'm not saying that I want to go 18 years unsigned, but I do want to reach like that zenith level, like the CM Punk level of like indie fandom, of like just
diehards.
Yeah, diehards. And I want to keep churning out more and more of those video packages and promos. And I kind of want to like overfill you all with as much content as possible of what I can produce with the Frontman on my own end. And then when it gets time to sign that piece of paper and come on your TV every Monday, Wednesday, or when's the other one? Tuesday?
Friday?
I haven't picked yet. I've got so many options. But when it's time to do that stuff, we want to migrate and then evolve, you know?
I just can't wait to see like professional production value go behind you. And you put that's perfect storm right there.
Hey,
that's the dream. That's a dream for me, for you.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
I'll tell you what, the one thing I don't think we've talked to Josh since this happened, but he did show up on our TV, maybe in an unusual fashion that we may have.
Oh, wait. Go ahead. I think I know where you're going with it.
Okay, yeah, an unusual fashion. Someone hired some kind of strippers, and this guy ended up on my TV screen, and there it is. There is the hat.
They literally had it right next to him.
Hey, it's Poochie Adams. Poochie Adams right here. Stripper extraordinaire.
I thought that was the launch point at this point. I don't know for what. I don't know for what career path, but I thought this was a launch point.
Brothers, I don't know if we properly met. I understand you were just embarking on this interview with the front man, but the front man's gone. You see the back, he's gone. This is the Poochie Adams podcast now. I am a different person. You can ignore the Jah-C. I don't know who that is. This is Poochie Adams. I'm a stripper, man.
I'll tell you what, I haven't audibly reacted to a segment on Monday Night Raw in years till that point. And seeing you on the screen on Monday Night Raw was phenomenal, to take another catchphrase, but phenomenal. It was amazing.
You can't call it phenomenal. All right. It's Poochie. It's Poochie, the super stripper, and my hips don't lie. I don't know about the phenomenal stuff. That's what that AJ cat does. And he don't really like the fact that I be stripping in the backyard. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Poochie just strips. That's what I do.
Poochie doesn't fight. He's a lover, not a fighter.
He's a lover, not a fighter. Poochie got to go. Poochie got to go.
Goodbye, Poochie.
Guys.
All right.
Thanks for coming, Poochie.
It was great to finally meet him.
It was. Yeah. Not many people. I don't think many people have that exclusive like we just got.
Living legend.
I'll be honest, guys. I think that might have been a first time ever. I don't think that Poochie Adams has ever done an interview anywhere.
Look at that.
Right here on our show.
He hasn't been seen since WrestleMania week in Dallas.
There you go.
Dude pops out like The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels.
Pops out like Keith Lee sneaking up on anybody of his competitors from the back corner.
So let's do this.
We are
before we close this out.
We're a show of firsts.
We are. So I do want to get your last remarks. We're going to have JDX on, and he will be on right after you here on this show. So some parting words to end this show and the final promo, if you will, towards JDX and Black Wrestlers Matter and this rematch for the title.
I can't say that it's the first time ever because we've done this dance so many times. I keep trying to educate this young Justin D. Xavier as to what it's like to be a real star. He stepped up to the plate once upon a time back in Des Moines, and he had a great showing, a really great showing, but he couldn't get the job done. So again, in Logan Square Auditorium, the place that I have made very much famous and an integral part of the Frontman story, I'm going to educate him again as to what it's like to carry 15 pounds of silver on your shoulder, covering the chip that pushes you to the top of Mount Olympus, and he doesn't understand the difference. But on September the 2nd, with the lights on brighter than they have ever been before for young Justin D. Xavier, I implore you and I invite him and you to come prove me wrong.
Look, Ja, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it, especially on this Sunday that doesn't happen very often. So thank you. We look forward to this event. We can't wait to watch you guys tear it up and the entire roster for that matter, because it is a great event over and over, and we can't wait to watch this card. So thank you again.
Wait, I want to one more before we end it.
Go ahead.
There is also another number one contender that has not yet to get a shot.
Very true.
Yeah, guys. All right, fine. We can touch it. We can touch on it.
Just touch on
it. I've been kind of keeping mum on this word for far too long. When I confirmed the fact that I was Justin D. Xavier's superior in Des Moines, I held the championship above my head, and it was my time to acknowledge my public and to thank them for the support and getting me to that finish line. And that's what I was trying to do. But by the time I turned around, I was being confronted by a chick who thought that she had something that he did not to get the job done on Jah-C. And I don't understand where this confusion has been birthed from, why she thought that because she beat up 3 other sissies who thought that they could beat up this one chick, that then makes her worthy of competing against me for my championship. Men don't fight women, guys. And for some reason, this pro wrestling world wants to play a game that makes these chicks think that they can fight with somebody like me. So we're going to put on this awesome show where Justin is going to try and fail. I'm going to end the night with the championship held high, and Brooke Valentine can mind her business. And if she's got a problem with that, she can have her people call my people.
Selfishly, I just wanted one more promo.
I'm glad you did.
So it looks like we not only have to have JDX on the show, but now we're going to need a rebuttal from Brooke too. Yeah. It's a good thing we're close with all of you guys.
I would love to hear what she had to say.
All right.
All right. So, Ja, once again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We can't wait to see you again September 2nd. And have fun and
have a fantastic Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hey, thank you very much, guys. You do the exact same.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling. And on our show today, we have the...
I want to hit it for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I did it for Ja.
So
I got to do it for...
Go right ahead.
For JDX.
Yep.
This is JDX, and the D stands for...
Done.
It stands for done because I'm done with all the talking. I'm done with all the naysayers, the people that think that I won't be the next Black Wrestlers Matter champion. And that list of people is very short. It's probably begins and ends with Jah-C.
So, JDX, thank you for joining us. Good
I
to
love
see you again.
I love the history between these two.
Yes.
I feel like you can pull them apart for a while, but they always find their way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting more exciting. It always keeps more exciting. More
Yes,
exciting.
every
More
time.
at stake. It's just intertwining this whole story between these two is great.
Yes. So let's start right there, the story between you two, because most recently you guys were a tag team on AEW Dark Elevation. Didn't quite come out the way maybe both of you had hoped, going against a top tag team like Private Party. What was it like having to team up, knowing that you have this big match coming up on the horizon?
Honestly, it was a thing where there was like this bigger fish to fry.
Mm-hmm.
We both want to be there. We want to be at a place like AEW. We want to be at a place like WWE. And on that night, right here in Minneapolis, we had the chance, a huge platform to be, like you said, on AEW Dark Elevation. So when you put Private Party in front of us and you put two talented guys like me and Ja together, it's like, hey, we need to put our differences aside and we need to figure out how we're going to get over and how we're going to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? How we're going to get this W.
All right. So that might have been the mindset going in, but on Jah-C's side, that was not the mindset after the match. He just basically poo-pooed it and said he was doing you a favor. Doing Tony a favor and doing you a favor by entertaining the fact that you guys could team together.
Oh, yeah. He was doing me a favor. So him getting his shoulders counted down 1, 2, 3 is a favor. Oh, okay.
I'm just here to start a pot. I'm here to that's my job. I have to tell you the truth. So that way you know 100% what's going on.
Understandable.
Because I want to see a brutal fight between these two. I think that's the only way to go. I don't think you could take any more shit.
The funny thing is, he said he was doing me a favor, but I've definitely been on Dark more than he has.
That's true. That's true.
So who is doing who a favor?
I mean, he's
this is
not
what
wrong.
I wanted.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. I mean, you can't. One thing you can't tweak are the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie. If Scott Steiner has told me anything, is that the numbers don't lie.
Oh man, that's like Scott Steiner, man.
Yeah.
So leading into September 2nd in Chicago, Blackout. Yeah. This is, like we said, this is a big match. This is now your second chance to go after that Silver Smoker, that title. And now, since you've already gone after it once, obviously not successful the first time. What is in your head? What do you think that you can do differently now that you've already gone past that the first time? What is going to make the difference this time?
See, that's the thing. You said not successful. I mean, I guess in my mind, I was successful. I did exactly what I planned to do. I said, hey, I was going to either pin him or I was going to make him tap out to the Chicago Crab. And that's exactly what I had him doing, tapping out. But see, where I went wrong was there was a referee that got knocked out. AK, I love you, but his ass got knocked out. So while Jah-C was tapping out, it didn't count, so to speak, right? Yes. But if I did it once, you bet your ass I can do it again. This is how I feel about it. So going into Chicago, I'm very confident. I'm very confident that I can do exactly what I did the first time, and that's make him tap out. Now, he took advantage of me being overzealous, trying to get him back in the crab. He rolled me up. He got me 1, 2, 3. He got me quick pin, but I had him on the ropes. I had him desperate. He made a desperate move, and it worked.
So I also wanted, because like Ja, yourself, you guys have been there since the beginning of Black Wrestlers Matter. This event has built and gotten substantially bigger, substantially more eyes, and the prominence and the amount of names that have gone on, like you said, like you were on Dark, you had Ja on Dark, you had Jocelyn Navarro, who has been on Dark or AEW, Tootie on NWA, and She's killing it. You have all these different names that before Black Wrestlers Matter, on the mainstream anyway, we weren't seeing you. You know what I mean? We never knew that you guys were out there, which is why this event, this promotion is so big and so good because of representation and getting names and getting faces out there and getting guys and girls the look and that opportunity to get a lot more chances on bigger promotions and on TV.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll piggyback off of that. And I'll say shout out to Camaro Jackson and Mike Outlaw. Those guys have also NWA appearances coming up. So, and they'll also be on Black Wrestlers Matter Blackout come September 2nd. So, and I'm sure there's more other people that have gotten a national spotlight attention that'll be on the show or just been on there in the past. I know Isaiah Bronner, he's been on AEW Dark recently too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys.
So I don't want to, and we have shame on us for not even mentioning it, but that gold shining on your shoulder there, we haven't really mentioned that you are the new.
Wear my sunglasses.
The new WrestleMax River City champion.
Yeah.
Congrats on the title, and that means now you could be going into September 2nd, walking out
Champ.
Yeah, JDX 2 belts. You
yeah, hell yeah. Actually, 3 belts. There's another championship that I have that, I don't know. I don't really flaunt it off and show it off as much, but it is the Academy School of Professional Wrestling Championship, like I was speaking of earlier. The school that I went to. I am the official Academy champion. We had a show. Actually, it was featuring NWA at the time. We had a lot of NWA wrestlers come over and defend like some of their belts, like even Nick Aldis. And at the time, I believe, I forget his name. He was in WWE, but he was a tag team champion. With
Chris
Royce.
Masters?
No, he was a tag champ with Royce Isaacs. I say Royce Nelson. Royce Isaacs. Bray Thomas. I won't butcher his name. Big swole here. He was in WWE. But yeah, so I have this thing where I call a table for 3. So right now I'm sitting at a table for 3 because when I go out to dinner, this championship and my Academy championship, they go out to dinner with me, right? And so I give them chairs of their own at the table. And after September 2nd, when it's time to go out to dinner that night at Michael Jordan Steakhouse or wherever, I don't know, I feel like going downtown in Chicago, I'll need a table for 4 because I'll have 3 belts.
Hold on one second. You've mentioned something that has piqued my interest. What is this Michael Jordan Steakhouse you speak of?
Never heard of Michael Jordan Steakhouse?
No. I'm gonna need you to elaborate and tell me what is going on at this Michael Jordan Steakhouse.
I'll be honest, it's probably not the greatest food. It's more it was more of a flex. MJ he's most definitely probably the greatest of all time. I'm a LeBron guy, but I won't be biased to say Mike ain't the GOAT, right? But yeah, it's probably not the greatest steakhouse in Chicago, but name recognition. Yeah, it's downtown on Michigan Ave. I'm sure you've heard of Michigan Avenue.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on Michigan Avenue, heart of downtown. It's Michael Jordan Steakhouse.
That's insane. I was expecting this big elaborate like Michael Jordan Steakhouse is the most greatest steakhouse in all of Chicago, and it's just I mean,
it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's just probably not the best.
I feel like it has to be though. It carries. I know if it's not, it's not. But it carries the name Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That has to mean something.
He founded it. He owns it. But just because
it would be funnier if LeBron put up a steakhouse in Chicago and the food was better.
Like, it would be. That would be funny.
It's just
like
one-off.
It's like the Bobcats. It's like the Hornets.
I was just gonna say that. Just because he has his name on it doesn't mean they're the greatest team.
That's true.
We here.
I got it. Yeah, I got it right away.
All right. I digress. But not to take off from the task at hand and the story that we were trying to tell here. We get sidelined by food sometimes. That's my fault. Always my fault. Yeah. But
I love food.
Yeah, me too. There's nothing wrong with food. There's nothing wrong with eating.
At all.
So you got to eat September 2nd.
Yes.
That's what we got to do. I mean, is this the last time you challenge for this? If you're unsuccessful, like is enough is enough? Or I mean, you can't go into that with that mentality. But what is?
I mean, honestly, I hadn't thought about that. You really did. You almost gave me chill bumps because you did. A sense of reality did set in, and I was like, "Damn, I didn't even think about that. What happens if I lose?" I don't plan on losing.
Nobody ever does.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's up to Black Wrestlers Matter management. Honestly, we'll see if Ja trying to weasel his way out of it and do something dirty. You know what I mean? We'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe a rematch is on the horizon. Maybe he'll actually let Brooke Valentine get her shot. Maybe it'll turn into a triple threat or something. Who knows? I don't know. The possibilities are endless. Maybe there's a new challenger. I'm sure we're gonna have some really good performances that night. So, you know.
All right, so I got a question arises. If and when you win, who is the first at bat? Are you honoring the number one contender? Because we asked Ja the same thing, and again, nothing to do with Brooke Valentine. Doesn't even think she deserves a shot.
Doesn't think she belongs in the ring with him.
Oh, for sure, of course. That's not surprising. I mean, if he really felt like she deserved to be in the ring with him, which she had got a shot already. We did Black Wrestlers Matter St. Louis. Now we're doing Black Wrestlers Matter Chicago. Yet there's still no Brooke Valentine title match, right?
Yeah. So do you right the wrong that has been set?
Yeah, absolutely. I will take on all challengers. Anybody can get it, including Brooke.
All right. So two different takes on the same subject.
Complete different takes.
Absolutely. In my opinion, not even my opinion, it's a fact. She earned it. So how are you not going to give someone what they earn? That's what this whole Black Wrestlers Matter thing is about. And it baffles me. It's like, you know, like you trying to keep a black queen like Brooke Valentine down, bro. It's kind of crazy. And you want to be the champion for all black people. Huh, fuck out of here.
So we basically ended Ja's section of this show and gave him the floor. Let him talk to you. We let you see the clip. You saw what he had to say.
We sent you the evidence.
Now it is you. What last words do you have for Ja going into September 2nd and this big title match?
Any last words? Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. You guys, you did send me the clip, right? And I can say that the D stands for drive because you guys send me the Google Drive, right? But no, I'm not going to say that the D stands for drive. I'm going to say that the D stands for doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he said in his closing moments. It really doesn't, because it doesn't do me any difference. It's not going to motivate me anymore. It's not going to scare me. It's not going to give me an edge over him. It's not going to give him an edge over me. September 2nd, Chicago, Illinois, my hometown. 9-2-22. And while we're on the subject of twos, the two of us, JDX, Jah-C, are going to go to war. And to bring up that number 2 again, there'll be a lot of 2 counts. There'll be a lot of near falls. But at the end of the day, I'm walking out Black Wrestlers Matter champion.
Doesn't get any more simple than this. This is a rematch for the ages. We wish you the best of luck. We know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
We know what both of you in the ring are capable of. Magic.
So, JDX, thank you once again for taking the time. It's great talking to you. Great seeing you, of course. And hopefully the next time we will have you on, for your sake anyway, that Black Wrestlers Matter Silver Smoker will be over your shoulder, along with the WrestleMax and the Academy Championship as well, so we can see those 3 belts.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks again. Have a great night.
I think the D's going to have to stand for a new dresser for all those titles.
Yes. or a bigger duffel bag, either one. All right, JDX. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.